So my job is a pilot in the US Air Force, a military pilot, and I get to fly around and fly some cool airplanes, using the different technology and the engineering that's out there, and yeah, have lots of fun doing it. I was talking to the students today about how aviation and STEM come together. I truly believe that STEM is an infusion into aviation. All aspects of aviation contain something that has to do with STEM. So looking at the different sciences and the engineering, the math, the technologies, all the bits that go into flying a plane and just in the aviation world in general. I think that STEM, so your science, your technology, your engineering, your math, it is all infused in aviation. Every part of aviation, every part of STEM is part of being a pilot. So you can break it down and you can say, all right, well, from the science side of things, you know, where does science fit in? Where does technology fit in? Where does the engineering and the math fit in? For example, math, right? We need to know, and we need to be able to do it quickly, but we need to know the performance of our aircraft, how much we can take, how much fuel do we take on, how much fuel do we need to go from where we are to where we're going. The engineering side of things, aerodynamics. How do you build an airplane, right? Airplanes look different, don't they? So you have some airplanes that are props. That's what the C-130 had. We had 4 big props. Some are jets. Some go really fast. Some go really slow. Some can do maneuvers, and others can't. Knowing what the aerodynamics are, knowing what that aircraft can do is your job. The technology side of things. With technology, as you guys saw when you were at the very beginning of this morning with where technology is going, when I first started, the idea of using satellites and GPS for navigation were brand new. It was really risky. It was, we don't trust satellites. Not quite sure what to do with them yet. We still like our land-based navigational aids that we use. And yet here we are, maybe 20 years later, and most of the land-based navigation aids are starting to become obsolete. Everything's being done by GPS. Everything's being done by satellites. So you can pinpoint exactly where you are. These airplanes that can take off and land themselves, they use GPS to point out where they're at, where the runway is, how high they're supposed to be, how fast they're supposed to be going. When it comes to science, we can think of weather. We're all affected by weather, right? Every day. How many of you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, I wonder what the weather's going to be like today? Yeah, most of you do, right? Is it sunny? Is it going to be warm? Is it going to be cloudy? And you dress appropriately, right? A pilot looks at weather in a completely different view. We look at the weather as, is it going to help us? Is it going to hurt us? Is it going to be a good day of flying? Is it going to be a challenging day of flying? As well as science, another aspect of science, human factors. So the body. So like when you said what your body does when you're in different scenarios. I love human factors. And you guys might be thinking, she's just a bit nuts. Human factors is about you. You, the person, what you're capable of, what your body is capable of, what you can and can't do. And every one of us is different. Every one of us reacts differently to some situations. So from my past all the way through to today, science and technology, it's all there. And as you guys get older, it's going to be all around you. So embrace the technology, embrace the engineering. Don't just, say, oh, we don't really need math and all that stuff. We all need math, even for everyday stuff. I'm here because I love flying airplanes. I think it's the best job in the whole wide world. I feel absolutely blessed that I got to do what I wanted to do. By the time I turned 30, I had ticked every single box that I ever wanted to do. And I'm here like, wow, how, I'm just absolutely blessed. Girls can do the same stuff just like boys can. Oh, what isn't there to love about my job? The view changes every day. It's a different challenge every day. And just being in the air is the most awesome thing in the world. So I feel really blessed that I got to follow my passion and my dream and fly airplanes. I think all STEM aspects of STEM go into aviation. Like I said, you've got the science behind humans and weather. You've got technology that goes into the aircraft and navigational systems. You've got engineering, all the aeronautical engineering that goes into airplanes itself. And then the math. There's a lot of math with performance and yeah, just all the calculations that go into it. So no matter what part of being a pilot or what part of aviation you're in, you're using every single aspect. I would say follow your heart and follow your dream. And you know, whether it's a very male-dominated career area or not, that shouldn't matter. Don't worry about what anyone else says. You focus on what you love, because in the end, it's your life. And so using any of the aspects of STEM and really STEM today encompasses so many jobs, so many industries, that it's very hard to find an industry that doesn't have some aspect of STEM. But don't listen to what anyone else has to say. Just do what you want to do.